All right, so welcome to Healthy Body by Sophie. So I'm going to be using the Libert. I've used in some of my previous videos a Libert bars. So we're gonna use that, and I don't know, we'll see. Well, and also the yoga ball as well. So there's a couple of things I want to show some of my patients who needs to do some exercises. So for example, to stretch and reposition your hip, and you get your hip aligned, and stretching your iliopsoas, your hip flexors as well, right in through here. So I'm going to show you something I did in the part 2 of the hip extension video series in self-care. So let's first warm up a little bit before we use the bar. So I'm just gonna center myself on the middle. So we're going to do rotation. Keep your hands on your hips, so you're gonna rotate. So you're gonna go to your right, you're mirroring me, right? So you go to your right and do circle. So you don't have, if you have back issue, don't go too far in this extension, this movement. That could, you know, cause a little bit of back, not feeling too happy later. But definitely rotate and then just stay here and then pull that belly in and to the side. And I don't know if your ball squeaks like this, but mine does. Maybe it's not pumped enough. Who knows? All right, there we go. And again, to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My thumbs are right here on the top of my thigh, and to the left. 1, and the fingers on the front of your thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5, slight chin down. 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're going to go forward, pelvic forward tilt. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is, and now we're going to do side to side, left and right. Right, left. I'm just saying the opposite that I am doing because that's what you ending up doing, okay? You're going to left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Again, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and right. Good. All right, so now we're gonna stretch, we're gonna stretch our feet. So since we're sitting on the ball, so if someone, for example, can't do lots of exercises standing because they just have too much weakness in their body, for whatever reason it may be, then you can do warming up of all of your tissues sitting. And then at some times, if sitting, when you're just isolating your neck or just doing your wrist, and it's too much to even be on a ball because it requires too much muscle stabilization that you're not able to gather at the same time that you're working other joints, then just sit on a chair. Okay, so here I'm flexing, that's stretching the calves, or more specifically the soleus muscle. So when your knee is bent, you're stretching your soleus muscle in the calves, and so that's what we're doing right now. And I'm pointing, stretching the toes. Well, it's pointing as in lifting your heels up, so you're putting your toes into flexion. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to go side to side and rock side to side our body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your hands on your thighs and rock back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can add flexing your heel or extend, flexing actually. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I do this, I'm counting. So as a result, I want to show you what to do. When I do this, that means bring your chin down and here pull your belly in. Okay. So chin down, stretching the back of your neck. And realigning your neck more, like your ears more over your clavicle right here, your shoulder blade, not shoulder blade, on top, the front of the shoulder. Okay? All right, so here, now we rocked side to side. Perfect. Very good. Now we're going to use the ball, and I'm gonna go to my side. Now I have the Libert, which is great. If you don't have one of these, I recommend that you do get one. If you do not, though, you can use, find something in your house that would be about the same height for you to your body. Obviously, everybody has different body height, so whatever would be making you be about the way I am. I'm between my chest and my hips as far as the bar height while I'm sitting in a lunge position. So this is like if I would be in a lunge, except that I am comfortably sitting on the ball. I could lift my legs and really I'm putting the same amount of pressure, generally speaking, as if I were sitting with resting my feet onto the floor. Okay, so it's like what do we call that one? A split position. And now here, you're gonna pull that belly in. So here, pull. So putting your finger here helps to tuck. And as you tuck, you push your thigh that's behind you. You're gonna push it down into the ball. You're gonna be more over the ball, so it's gonna make you rise. So then you have to let go of your muscle, keep in that positioning, because as you square your hips more, it makes your muscles through your hip girdle engage, and also your thigh muscles get engaged. So really relax down, keeping that hip pushed in. And now you're gonna put your foot down if you lifted it off the floor, and you're gonna really get that heel, not the heel, the foot flexed, so it's going to get the gastrocnemius part of your calf muscle to really stretch. Okay, and you can straighten the knee if you can and relax down. So then this leg in front is just there for balance and support. And now you're nice and straight. So you push down into the ball with this thigh and relax the other thigh down. You could even have it right here resting, so it's not touching the floor, or just a toe, in order to really take the weight off that front leg. Otherwise, you're gonna tend to engage the thigh muscle. So do however you're comfortable as far as maintaining a balance and strength all together for your body to be in this position. Drop your shoulders down and pull that belly in. As you pull the belly in, your shoulders are gonna align more over your hips, and then you just relax your thigh and into the glute muscle onto the ball, keeping that hip pushed down. Okay, perfect. And then flex here to get a stretch in your gastrocnemius. Good. Now I like to do that one with a twist as well. So for that, I'm gonna turn a bit. So I'm gonna go back into this position, and I'm gonna put my leg here, in my front leg is gonna be right here in an angle, so that you can see me at the same time I can see you through the camera. And so same thing as I did earlier. Now I'm gonna twist. So I'm using my Libert bar. You know, if that's not sturdy enough, because you do have to be careful that it doesn't do this, of course. So sink onto the ball, push that belly in. Okay, if you need to, lean your body forward. If you can't pull the belly in, lean your body forward, and then bring everything back up straight, making sure you're not catching in the back. You're bending from here into the thigh. From here, your hands go on to the Libert bar, but now it's gonna, you're not in front with the bar being to, so it would be to your right possibly, just depends how you're doing this particular move. But if you are on this side, then you would be working your left thigh behind you, and you would have the bar onto your right side, okay? And your right leg would be in front. Alrighty, so, but it's not crucial because this is a really slow movement. I'm not going back and forth standing, so you can really do whichever side you want. You get the gist of the movement. Drop those shoulders down, put your foot down, even if it's just the toes, and then you're gonna twist to the side. So rotating through here, pushing your back leg, that hip of the back leg, which maybe your left one, depending on, you know, how you're copying me, if you're mirroring me. And then you turn to your right side and twist. So make sure you twist, not from just up here. Well, it is, but it's the whole thing. You have to push with your thigh forward and then twist. And you use your hands, just like I am doing. I have my, so you would have your right hand pushing forward here, and then with my with your left hand, you would be pulling. So one hand goes this way, so the one behind you would go forward. The one in front goes towards you to create a fulcrum point and levered and twist. I mean, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. And even turn your head as far as you can, keeping your shoulders as horizontal as possible. Good, so now that you get the gist of it, I'm gonna go back and forth between the two sides, and now I'm going to bring the Libert for the other side. And so now I'm gonna have my do the other side. So for you, if you're mirroring me again, you would have your and you're gonna twist. So this, I'm gonna put this leg back here. There we go. Sit down into the ball. So first let's warm up this tissue, plus this is my not as good side, we'll say, since my split is not as deep and as low when I do the split or lunge with this side, with my right leg forward, knowing that you may possibly be using your left leg in front right now. So you just, doesn't matter, as long as you do both sides, that's just what matters. So here I'm gonna square my hips. The front of this side here for me is tighter. So it can be more challenging in some ways. So we're gonna give it some time to warm up here. Pull your belly in. Now move the Libert here so my foot is resting comfortably, the one in front, with my heel down. And let's just give a stretch in through here and bending right here. Okay, so as you do this, you know, it makes your body come up, so just relax it down. It's not as easy, it doesn't want to do that, so I'm gonna make sure I really square my hip, however you're comfortable, you know. So these pants are actually adhering to the ball, which is good, so it's not slipping. So it's helping me really get my hips nice and square, so I really get a deep stretch. So make sure you do the same with what you're wearing, or that if you're wearing shorts, you're not sweating over too much. I don't know where you are out there, doing it outside or not, so that you're not slipping basically on the ball. And that's a nice stretch now. So I'm gonna adjust the Libert bar now, and I'm gonna go ahead and twist, relaxing. Now my body wants to sink down more easily, pulling that belly in. I'm gonna turn to my right, but to you it may be your left if you are mirroring me again. Let that tummy pulled in, sink down into the ball through your pelvis, and flex the back leg to get a nice stretch in your calf, keeping that tummy engaged here, through here, in this motion, going in posterior tilt. So with this arm in front of me, I'm going pushing toward the Libert bar, and then with my back hand, I'm gonna pull toward me to create that you know, a lever kind of a action as my body through the middle is twisting toward my arm behind me. And use your head as well once your torso is warmed up. Push that thigh that's behind you nice and square. Keep working on that, flexing your heel that's behind you. And even go all the way as far as you can with your eyes then. And breathe, pull that belly in. Rest your shoulders over and head, shoulder and head over your hips as much as possible vertically if you can. Otherwise it's okay to have a little bit of a forward tilt. I'd rather you do this than arch too much in your back as you're stretching here, and then you're causing a pain, an injury in your back. So even if you're here, that's okay, like that. If you cannot, if you're so tight here that you can straighten your body, okay? But you hinge from the hip here, at the acetabulum joint in your thigh, and push forward. There you go. Good. And let's go back here in the middle and roll. All right, so we're gonna repeat that. I'll do one more time on each side. So here, left thigh in the front, right thigh in the back. So if you're mirroring me, it's the opposite. You would have your right thigh in front, left thigh behind you, and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to neutral. Now it's easier to do this because we really spend some time initially. So once you actually do the exercise, you don't have to spend so much time. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can do that 2, 3. You could do more, you know, if you want, but if you've never done it before, I would not do it more than a couple of times each time. You could go, you know, 3, 4, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for anyone who is comfortable to doing it more. All right, so I did 3 times. I'm gonna switch and do the other side. And here, let's move this back if you have to. And square your hip. Again, keep in mind that one side will always be tighter than the other. It's just the way it is, it's normal. You actually could have your foot on top of the Libert, it actually will stabilize it so it doesn't move as much. I don't think of that one, but that is an alternative. Instead of trying to maneuver, putting your foot flat on the floor and finding a way to move the Libert bar away from the area, just use it to your advantage and actually put your foot on top if you feel that's working for you. Pull the belly in and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And don't forget to let your body sink down onto the floor. Squaring that hip here, pulling the back heel out. One thing I forgot to mention, and let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, I went 2 more, but make sure you chin down again, belly in, and turn from here. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Alrighty. So we did 3 times on each side, plus the once or twice that I already showed you before, so you get the gist of it. Those Libert bars are very helpful to do this. For many other things with lunges as well, it's very good. So I hope that the people I'm referring to doing this video will be doing it, because I will know next time if you have done it, next time I see you, as I know this will make your hips a lot more flexible. So initially you watch the video. The first time, the first step where I really talk about it and I go a lot slower than the last couple of minutes that I did back and forth. If you watch it and do it, but don't hold it as long if you can't, because you don't want to develop. If you don't loosen up the right muscles that I'm talking about, you know, through the hip, and really let it sink in, just don't do the twist, and make sure your legs are comfortably resting and that you don't feel you're gonna get a Charlie horse or cramp in your calf hamstring and so on and so forth. If you do, then just obviously make sure you hydrate. That's gonna help a lot. Just walk it out, stretch it, go back and do some movement on the ball like this, stretching. Even this one is really good. So maybe doing it with your shoes might be helpful. And then you go forward like this. That's a good one. If it's too much pressure on your ankle, you can put a towel so that your heels are resting on a towel and more cushioning. And then I will stretch forward to get those calves worked on a bit with this nice deeper stretch, and in your hamstrings too, and glutes as well. And as well, your back and neck is being stretched. So relax your head forward as much as you can in flexion. And forward, point, and flex. Forward, flex. Stretching the back. So we're going to stretch everything in the back through here. If you're having too much challenge on the ball, which you should know by now if you've been able to do that exercise that I just did of the Iliacus stretch, relaxing the hip, all of the other hip muscles too, just let them sink into the ball. And relax your head down as much as you can, your arms down as much as you can. If you can reach them on the floor, go ahead and feel the stretch on the side of your arms as well. And from here you can flex one leg and alternate once your hands are touching the floor. Keep your head down. So this would be a modified version of doing it standing. And just leaning forward without sitting on a ball, of a bit of a nerve flossing as you are challenging the nerve inside the sheath, the nerve root. And it's really good for your calves, your thighs in the back, your hamstrings, your glutes. So anyone who has any issues with any calf tightness, hamstring tightness,
low back and glute issues, or even piriformis syndrome, or such with sciatic pain, this is a really good stretch to do. And then you can go down further, and that really helps to loosen things up. Alrighty. And put your arms up if you can, and straighten your body back up. If you cannot do it this way, you always have the option to unroll your back. Keep your hands on your thighs then if you're worried about your back. This way you always have that to support you should your back decide to give out on you. And then you have the support of your hands on your thighs, from your legs all the way up to your thighs and hips. Alrighty, so this sums up our exercise for stretching, relaxing the iliopsoas muscle, which encompasses also other tissues that are being stretched as a result. But this is a focus I wanted to put on today. Now next, actually right now, I'm going to be doing another video that's going to be talking about something I've mentioned and I've done in the blend of other videos I've done in the past, but I'm going to specifically work on the plow with versions like with what's the word I'm looking for? A modification and step-by-step how you can get to that if you are super tight calves and hamstrings, including low back and psoas. So the exercise we just did today will help to do the plow pose, and we're gonna start with a plow pose, not really doing the plow initially. So stay tuned for the next video. That's coming up next. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, good evening. Namaste. You did amazing, and try this again a few times a week, and you will have great result with releasing that psoas, which is so important